Battlefield 2021's trailer could drop today. New details around the setting of Battlefield 2021 and also customization in the game. What's that going to be like? Well, we're going to talk about it in today's video, guys. And all I can say is it looks amazing. Let's get into it. Guys, literally, I can't even write this. Literally 10 minutes after I've recorded this video, Battlefield themselves have tweeted words that rhyme with soon. June. Boom. Potentially hinting at a reveal coming in June at EA Play 2021, which, yeah, it has put a bit of a damper on a lot of people's moods at the moment. A lot of people are not happy with what's going on. Going back to one of their tweets and articles a while back in regards to just detailing some stuff around Battlefield, it did mention back then that we were going to get something soon. So whether this week with the investors call, I know that there's been a lot of build up around there being some form of reveal or at least a little bit of a teaser coming this week leading up to June. Potentially we could see that coming as well. So whether there'll be an actual reveal this week, unfortunately that's not going to happen. Looks like that's going to take place in June. But in regards to like teaser trailer or something that's coming out by Battlefield this week after the investors call or just before, then we could be in for a treat there. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. The information has just come out. So some new details surfaced today, guys, around the new Battlefield game, and of course the trailer, which is rumored to drop maybe today or sometime this week. Now, a Battlefield investors call is taking place on the 11th of May, tomorrow of the time of this video being recorded, and ideally it'll be around tomorrow leading up to the investment call that we should kind of feel that there's going to be some form of trailer drop or a teaser or something like that by Battlefield that is going to be teased and dropped by the investors call tomorrow. If not, it'll be sometime after the investors call, definitely this week. There's been a tweet by a music company named 2We on Twitter, 2We Music, and all the links will be in the description for that if you want to go see the original tweet. But as you can see on screen right now, it mentions Happy Monday, 2 new game trailers with our music coming this week. Now, as you can see in the comments, a lot of speculation and things around people feeling that Battlefield could potentially be one of those games coming. And of course, Tom Henderson has quote retweeted this as well, along with obviously hashtag Battlefield. And again, there's no confirmation that this music will be in the Battlefield trailer. However, on the back of this, they actually did then go ahead and reply to a tweet, which is tweeted by a French account earlier on today, where it mentions maybe 2E music for the Battlefield trailer. For me, it's sure this is the best. They have then gone and replied with this. The hand emoji as, I don't know. And then the rock emoji. This is huge. This is massive. This is basically pointing towards saying their music is in a trailer that is dropping this week. One of them is Valorant, which is dropping this week. And as we go onto their Twitter page now, we can see right here, gear up for Valorant's newest game mode, Replication, coming soon. Obviously, I'm not going to play it because copyright reasons, but on this, there it is, of course, their music. And that was the first one that has dropped this week. The next one, of course, could it be Battlefield? I don't know. I really hope it is. Again, guys, the trailer for Battlefield will drop potentially from now anytime this week. That the Battlefield trailer, we're going to see it. And I am so excited. And obviously the community is as well. So let me know what you think down in the comments of that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, going to the point around the setting of Battlefield. Now, Battlefield is going to be set within the near future. It's more of like a slightly futuristic, modern feel. So I think 2030 was a year that was highlighted in one of Tom's tweets earlier on in the week. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, but it was around 2030 where the sort of the time frame as everything was set. And there's a couple of drawings and pictures on Tom's Twitter page as to some of the things that we could be expected to see within Battlefield when it releases later on this year. One of them is what you can see on screen right now, which is, yeah, it's like a robot dog with a gun on top of it. It's pretty damn cool if you ask me. It could be in the form of, I don't know, maybe kill streaks are coming back in Battlefield. It could be something you call it on the campaign or you fight against. It could just be a tank in general. So in multiplayer, you spawn in one of these and you can, I don't know, like drive, or would you say drive? It's got no wheels. Crawl around the map with one of these things, smash through buildings, everything like that, bro. This could be so cool. Again, slightly futuristic, not too futuristic with like flying cars, spaceships and stuff, but to a point where things have evolved and they just look so sick. I mean, this looks wicked, guys. Honestly, this looks so cool. And as you can see here, too, we have actually liked it. Again, a lot of emphasis around this game and like dropping into multiplayer and things like that is dropping into the map on things like Osprey gunners and stuff like that, where you would essentially parachute out of the map and drop into the location where you would spawn, and then you would continue to like obviously play the game, respawn and things like that. Again, we're going to see a massive mixture of things that we see in modern military now along with things that have obviously evolved, and we see more futuristic stuff. So it's going to be a very even, a very nice mixture in between what we're going to see there as well. And I think that it's going to be so cool. There's going to be obviously room for the developers to kind of evolve and make things that obviously we haven't seen in the modern military at the moment, and it's going to give them a bit more creativity as to what they can do. For example, that picture we just seen with like the sort of tank with legs, that looks wicked. So cool. I'm thinking potentially other things they're going to be like that as well, and potentially those things, they can do things like surface buildings, like crawl up the side of buildings maybe, and things like that. I think that'll be so cool. Again, there's going to be a lot of things in regards to evolution in the game as well, so that'll play a big part into what we see in regards to technology and stuff like that as well. But I'm really excited for Battlefield returning back to some form of modern era. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were such good games, and this apparently is a mold between both of them together. So imagine if Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 had a kid. This is what this new Battlefield game is going to be like. I am so excited for that. By far the two best Battlefield games ever made, and I'm really hyped to have something like that come back for a modern era game. Okay, so moving on to customization and things like that we should potentially see coming into Battlefield. Now, customization obviously in Battlefield has always been something which is really cool in regards to the weapons that you can get, the different weapon variants you can get. You can get sort of epic ones, you can get sort of the common ones, the rare ones, stuff like that. Obviously, it's not stat changing, it just makes the weapon look a bit different. And I'll put a couple of examples on screen right now if I can find some. But they look really cool in essence, and there's a bit of a customization that you could do with your soldiers. You could toy around with different armor pieces and things like that you could put on your soldiers and stuff like that. Battlefield have always been quite good with customization. Again, they've not been up to a standard where it's like absolutely unreal. You know, with Battlefield, I've always thought that customization can be improved with the game, and I'm hoping with Battlefield 6 they do take a lot of that feedback on board, that a lot of the people, the community have obviously fed back around the customization, hoping that there's obviously more variants of customization, easier user interfaces, stuff like that. I kind of hope a lot of that's been taken on board, and I'm going to use an example that is completely irrelevant and out of the box, but Halo's customization. Halo Reach's customization was by far one of the best that they've had in the series, and then since then they just kind of haven't adopted that style, or they've tried to evolve the style or fix things which weren't broken at the time. And again, it's just sort of evolved into something that's not a bit overly complicated. It's not exactly very user friendly, and the overall customization isn't very good. Whereas the older game like Halo Reach, it was perfect. You can customize every part of the soldier's body. You can customize things like visor color. You can customize actual armor color. There was so much detail. The voice of the character could also be customized. Everything, every part of your soldier in that game could be customized. And I'm hoping that in Battlefield 2021 they do something very similar in regards to, obviously not make it like Halo, but where you could, I don't know, customize your knee pads, customize your boots, customize helmets, customize the person itself, make the person look exactly how you want it to look. Obviously, with it being a modern military shooter, there's going to be a lot of modern day armor and stuff like that. So again, I'll put some pictures on screen now of what we can expect to see in game as well, obviously from the actual military. And obviously, because it's more of a futuristic version of that, bro, there's so much that the team can do in DICE or within EA that the team can actually do and create to make something that's more of a futuristic military armor suits and weapons and things like that. Obviously not go too crazy because it is only 2030 that it's based, but I feel like there's so much that they can do and so much creativity that can be had within this game, because again, it's not tied down to being historically accurate, or it's not tied down to being, you know, like a World War II game, for example. And like, for example, we've seen with Call of Duty World War II that a lot of people got a bit bored of that and trying to be historical, then they went really stupid with it. And again, I'm hoping that Battlefield don't do that. I'm hoping they just stick to their guns and just be creative with what you're doing. And I have full faith in the team. Now, will there be things like camos coming to the game and stuff like that? I think there potentially could be coming to the game. For example, they could have a set amount of camos you can get. I know that there was obviously variants in previous Battlefield games you could earn through battle packs and stuff like that. And obviously they would then have the things like the golden effect on them, or a chrome effect or something like that. And they were pretty cool. But I'm thinking maybe potentially, do we think we're going to have camos coming to the game with challenges similar to what's in Call of Duty at the moment? Or do you guys feel like that's not Battlefield? I think it would be cool, gives you something else to go for as well. But whether that is something that Battlefield are going to do along with the leveling up of the weapons, I don't know. I will have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, along with that, I think weapon customization as well needs to be at a forefront. I think weapon customization is always quite good in Battlefield. Will they be changing the way you unlock the attachments? Will they be changing the way that you will level up the weapon? I don't think so. Again, they don't need to change things that aren't broken. I feel like the leveling system in Battlefield works well. Again, the more you use the weapon, the higher the level is going to be. Very self-explanatory, works well. And then, of course, you can earn things like service stars, medals for those particular weapons as well, depending on how much you use them and how many kills you get with them. So, again, that works quite well. Again, it's always good to alter things and evolve things, but changing things that aren't broken is always, necessarily not always the best thing to do. Again, kill streaks. Will there be kill streaks in the game? I don't know. I don't think there will be, because it's not Battlefield. I think with Battlefield's replacement of kill streaks from Call of Duty is the levolution in the game and how a map can be changed depending on the playstyle of everyone in the game as well. And from what we've seen, I did a previous video on explaining everything like that that's coming into the game around levolution, so go check that out if you guys wanted to listen to that in a bit more detail. But around like avalanches, buildings collapsing, different weather variations, stuff like that, I feel like it's going to be amazing, different variations, and that no map is going to ever play the same as what you've played before. Every map is always going to be different per game because of obviously the different play styles of people. Yeah, going to be wicked, guys. Well, guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, be sure to leave a like and let me know what you think of Battlefield down below and all of the leaks and rumors that we've had coming to us in the last few days, last week or so. It has been a crazy time for Battlefield news and leaks, and yeah, I'm really excited for when this trailer drops. But yeah, guys, without further ado, we'll see you in the next one.